Okay, yeah. So this looks kind of dark. Oh wait. Okay. I got laundry hanging up. I just did some fucking laundry, and I hate drying my clothes because it always like shrinks my clothes or messes up. Okay, there are some things I'm a snob about, and one and two things it's with my car with to an extent with my car and the clothes I wear and how they feel. And I'm a snob with my clothes, man. So I hate drying my clothes because it always like shrinks them or it messes up the fabric and it starts getting these lint ball. I'm just picky. That's just my thing. Okay. But yeah, so I got these random shirts hanging up. They really dry. I should take them down because they're dry. I need to just go iron them. But oh, and just to touch on the last video, man. Like, yeah, I did see a lot of you guys. I seen your responses, and yeah, and oh, and I figured out how to read all of them without actually clicking on my own video because I don't want to click on my own video for multiple reasons. One, I just don't like watching myself. Two, if there's any like okay, I'm not in this to get like views or anything like that. I mean, I don't do this for for any sense of popularity or anything like that. I do this genuinely to speak to other men for, maybe there's a guy out there who maybe, benefits a lot from what I say, or maybe there's a guy out there who he's where I am, or he may be better than me, and he likes to just hear that there's another guy out there who thinks the same way. You never know what somebody else's position is in life. So this is what I do this like genuinely for other men. And talking about the previous video, how I was like I mean I was legitimately upset for hours after that thinking about it. Like how like why the guys are around begging for donations for this stuff. Like, you donate to my Patreon. Like I'm like I'm really upset about it, and I'm serious about this. Okay, the only way I would do that, and I thought about this. The only way I would ask for donations is if let's say let's say I did become like super famous and like people just was like people would constantly contact me for advice or just to talk or whatever, and I was just swarmed with it type of thing. Then I would consider like okay, like charging something at that point because you just it once it starts to take over your life type of thing. But no, but as long as I'm not doing nothing like that, no, like I'm not asking. Like, okay, look, I'm more happy with you holding on to your money and doing what you want to do with it. That makes me happy. That makes at this point in life right now and how everything's going, like I'm more okay. I am genuinely more happy having consistent people who may for whatever reason they like to you guys may like to watch me. I'm happier with that and knowing that you are I would assume at least doing well in life and you're happy in life. I don't want your money personally. I personally, what makes me happy is knowing that you have your money and your. While I was watching a stream probably about a month or two ago, and one guy in the comment section, I'm not joking, and he might be mad. I'm not gonna say his name, but if he could, if this pops up, weeks or months later, and he might end up watching this shit, like, why you make fun of me? But the dude, I'm not making this shit up because you know how the comment section is like on that live chat thing on the side. In the comment section, this motherfucker wrote down he donated $100 to somebody, and then on top of that, he said, um, that's more than half I got for the rest of the week. And the motherfucker, like this grown ass man, like the grown man, like in my position, he took it. Like motherfucker, like this other, like you supposed to be educating young men. You supposed to be helping young men out. You ain't supposed to be taking their money and you know what I'm saying? Like, oh well, who knows? I don't know. Maybe after the podcast, maybe I'm not podcast, the YouTube show. Maybe after the live show, maybe he did give. I hope he gave it back to him because that's not cool. Okay. Um, I tell you what, like I said, where I stand with this is, and I'm 1,000% honest with this. And I thought about this, so I hope I explain it correctly. Because, like I said, I'm not the type of guy who goes off a script. I'm not going to do those jump cuts to edit out shit. Like you're going to get the 100% version of me. Let me get one more swig. Where I am with the whole donation thing is this. And I'll be honest with you guys. Okay. If there's anything that you genuinely feel that like you want to donate to me for, like, I don't know, like, okay, and I'm because I'm only speaking because I don't know where any other man's mind is on this planet. So I'm trying to say this in the most concise way as possible without possibly offending anybody or anything like that. If you ever feel the need, the drive to like donate, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll tell you what I do. What I will do is this, and once I figure it out, how to open up the shit so you can sit there, because I don't even know how to do it, because that was never my fucking intention from the start. But I tell you what, if it ever gets to this point, what I'm going to do is this: if you donate to me, what I will do is I will do some kind of way get the money in hand, and I will print out any bit of evidence to prove the fact that I took the money that you donated to me and I bought, like, and I donated to an orphanage, but to homeless children. And I don't know, I might post pictures up, because I've seen guys that you can post pictures on YouTube of what you did type shit. And I post pictures of me because I mean, I walked in tons of orphanages outside the country, and I still haven't been to one in America yet. But and maybe, and you can also get receipts. And that's another thing, because when I used to go to orphanages in Europe, they always ask you, they say, do you want a receipt, like some type of like tax form to fill out? And I would always reject it, because that's never like, once you start doing shit like that, see, you doing it all for the wrong reasons, in my opinion. If you're doing something, okay, if you're doing something like that, and you require recognition, you're doing it for all the wrong reasons, fam. All the wrong reasons, bro. Just like you if you're doing it for that, you really need to sit down and consider your life purpose at this point. In my opinion of it. Like I said, because I don't have any receipts. I never required any recognition for it. I just did it and left. You see. But yeah, no, that's what I do. Like, so if you guys do want to, like, definitely, like, leave a comment, let me know if you ever do want to do that, and I swear to you, like, that's my goal. Like I said, I don't even know how to fucking even do it yet, because that was never my intention from the start. Okay, to take money from other men about these topics. But like I said, because I know how like technology moves forward, culture changes, people's thought processes change. So if that's the new norm, and if that's what people like to do, okay, if you do that, okay, if you feel like doing that to me, okay, I promise you one thing: I'm not gonna take it and go buy beer with it. All right, I'm not gonna take it and buy clothes and buy bitches, like, because that's pretty much what those other guys are doing. They gonna take it and they gonna have fun with it. You see them, because it's all from the, like, if you can do that, like, okay, if you can do that, that's just so fucked up on a different level. And this is kind of equivalent to the conversation I had while I was in Vegas with this little girl. Well, not little girl, she was like 20. When you go to like a true slum, a person in their right conscious mind, you will feel like shit if you would think to take a picture. Like, it's one of those things you kind of have to experience to know what I'm saying. Like, if you go to a slum and you watch people be that fucked up and that poor, and you sit up with your motherfucking phone and click and take a picture and put it on Facebook, like, that is a different level of fucked up. You see, and that's my opinion with the whole buying shit. But okay, that's a side rant, 10-minute side rant, like I always do. But now the original topic of this video is you are perfect, man. Like as a man, like, you are perfect. All right. The only reason, and I tell you, the only reason why you think you aren't is because you didn't find that other person who was doing what you was doing. All right. That's my experience in life. Whatever you do, you're gonna make friends and you're gonna make enemies. That's the reality of it. You are gonna make friends. No matter if you decide to go outside right now and start moonwalking down the goddamn street for 3 miles straight, somebody's gonna look at you and be like, dang, that's fucking crazy. Like, that's really how does he doing that? And then somebody else will be like, that guy's a fucking idiot. You know, like no matter what you do, if you decide to be super nice to everybody, some people are gonna be like, oh, well, that's a nice person. Other people will be like, oh, he's acting fake as fuck. He's a fucking piece of shit. You're like, there's no purpose to even care. Just be you and remember that you are perfect. And you know what's fucked up? Sometimes I end up falling out of my own mentality. And sometimes it starts to click in my head, like, well, maybe I am fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I gotta remember like the reality of the whole world on a worldly level. Because just as fast, okay, you have to remember this too. Just as fast as as your neighbor will say that you're fucked up, there's another person out there who is on the same exact shit that you on and would love you. And that's what I think a lot of humans tend to forget. We tend to focus immediately on the bad and then try to adjust for the bad. You see, like, no, just go out and find others like you. And sometimes you may not even intentionally find. Sometimes you might bump into them and y'all have the same shit in common. And it's like all of a sudden everything you do is validated, right, normal. There's nothing wrong with it. You are fucking perfect. Like, man, like you are whatever the fuck you like, whatever it is. There's a man or a woman. There's another person out there who probably is more deeper into it than you are. You know, man, like you are perfect. You have to remember that shit. Be you and be perfect. And also, and like I said, a lot of my videos are for the younger guys, like between, the younger, under 25. Because those are that's just a hard time in life, man. When you're under 25, like that is just that's a difficult time in life because you just don't know anything. Men in those ages just aren't worth anything other than to pick up something heavy or go read a book and come back when they know something type of shit. That's just a difficult time, these are the guys who I really want to speak to because I remember being that guy. Like I remember those days, like looking at my bank account and it's like $3.27 in it. Like, and I got ramen noodles and eggs in the refrigerator. Like I clearly remember that shit. Like clearly. And struggling in college and all that. I remember that shit, man. Bitches don't, because bitches, they sucking teachers and tutors' dicks. And I became a teacher and a tutor and he was sucking my dick, years later. Because that's just how it works. Which goes in other videos where I say, like, don't ever feel sorry for no woman. All of them got sob stories. Don't ever feel sorry for no woman because when she was in her prime, she would have dogged you the fuck out. So when y'all hit 30 years old, dog them the fuck out because they would have done it to you. Don't ever feel sorry for them. That's a message. That's a side message I got to the younger guys. See all you younger guys. Okay, there's a younger guy watching this video right now. Remember what I said? One, you are perfect. Okay, and just be you. Don't try to measure yourself up to other people. Be happy being alone. Okay, be happy sitting at home and reading a book. Okay, because the only reason you want that woman that bad is because you ain't had it yet. Right? Because you ain't been married yet. You ain't had to sit up, wake up, and go to sleep next to that every day with her. And then you see all that pretty shit wears off. And then you stuck with this fucking mess because you ain't had it yet. See, once you done had it, once you get married, this is another big difference. I'm going on a bunch of weird side rants. This is another big difference. See, with women, all right, if you live with a girlfriend or you live with a wife, those are two totally different scenarios. Two completely different because on a woman's brain, how women's brains are wired to think. As long as a woman stays in girlfriend mode, she's still trying to hold on because she still doesn't know if she has you yet. But once you get married to her, that's a whole nother mind. It's an entirely different league of fucked up shit. Because I lived with women before and I got married before and lived with her for a year. That's a whole nother level because like I said, like I don't know if I said in these videos, but every woman is a master investor. Every woman is a master fucking stockbroker just by birth. Okay. But what keeps them fucked up and what keeps them fucked up is this. And this is a comedian. I'm not going to take credit for this. A comedian said this. I think Patrice O'Neal said this. Women don't want to win. They want to be with a winner. That's what's going to keep them underneath men all the fucking time because their greed just gets the best of them. and they can't control it. They always going to want something better. And the only thing that keeps women in check is that wall, is aging. If it wasn't for that wall and aging, we'd have a completely different fucking thing going on right now. But that's the only thing that keeps them in check. That's it. If it wasn't for that, we'd have well, humans probably wouldn't have lasted this long. We probably would have died off a long time ago. Because because this goes back into history. I could dive in deeper in this, but I'll just touch on a brief part of history. See, women's nature never has to fucking change, right? It never has to change. Men have to change to adapt to women, but women's nature, it never changes throughout history. It never has. It's always been the same shit. They want to fuck the top 5-10% of men. Pussies automatically get wet for that. They'll love that poor guy that works down the street at Blockbuster, but like all of them want to be impregnated by Prince Charles. You see, and see, they realize this shit. There was a fucking time period. So I've been drinking, and I'm awful with like maybe another video. I'll go deeper into this, but this is why like city workers get paid like much more than like regular workers and shit like that. See, that's for a reason. Okay, that shit started out because there was a time period where kings and shit, they were literally like the 1%, and everybody else was like nothing. And incest rates fucking grew because women, even back then, it was just like Tinder is now, just like online dating is now. When if you let a woman sit down and think and have an option, all women will go chase after the same one man. So what happened was incest just fucking went off the charts. People more retardation. It was just fucked up. So and it's just a common law of nature. What did they do? They recognize it. Bitches want to fuck people who got money. So they had to start paying city workers, good wages to spread out that incest shit, to spread out into the fucking community, because it's their fucking nature. Women, they don't have to change their nature, and you can't get mad at them. I still do get mad at them, but the reality of it is you really can't get mad at them because women, they can't. Like they can't think outside of it. But this is why like state workers and government workers, this is why they get paid a lot of money. See, there's a history. There's a reason why it's like they get paid, okay, relative to what they would do that same job out at Kmart and some shit like that. This is why like city workers, government workers, shit like that. That's how that started, was to kill incest rates, because every woman on the planet would save her pussy for that one king. You see, and they'll sleep in the chamber, you know what I'm saying, in the chamber down the hall, knowing that it's 15 other bitches that he plowing through every other night. They'll do it. You see, like that's the reality of it. That's how that shit. That's why we are where we are now. Where, oh well, you want to be a street sweeper for the city of Topeka, and you make $25 an hour doing it. That's why that is where it is now. You see, that's how that shit got started. But yeah, that's a whole nother side rant, man. But yeah, no, back to the original topic. You were perfect. Like, look, man, you right now, you are fucking perfect. All right. And just be you, and don't try to measure up to nobody else. None of that. See, that's what women do. Women try to measure themselves up to other women and all that, and they never fucking win. You see what I'm saying? But as a man, as long as you got that confidence in you, I see that fucking blue. What the fuck? That's the camera doing that, because it's not flashing blue, but in my screen it's flashing blue. As a man, all you need is just consistent confidence. Consistent confidence. And in my opinion, that only comes from genuinely being happier being alone. That's how you become a celebrity.